happy weekend. It's the first day of my weekend.
Yeah, for you it's weekend. Mine. I've got tomorrow's Friday, and then it's the weekend for me. So.
Oh my gosh, I hate this chair. We should probably start there.
Maybe you need to do some Friday shopping for a new chair.
I'm sick of these this chair. I'm always gifted this crap. COVID, it became part of my house because my kid brought it home, and now I sit on it because it's not broken, but it's a shitty chair. I was thinking, Kai, here's an idea. Okay, so if we're gonna do what you say we were gonna want to do, let's do this. Let's go back and forth. You find an item you think somebody has to have, and you got to tell us why it's cool, why you think it's important, or something that we should get because of its usefulness. And I will do the same, and we will have a back and forth. And like I said, I'm just searching on Amazon looking for things that are either good deals or things that are something that you can't pass up because it's just too good, too useful. It can make your life better. Replace something you already have.
Well, so I shall start with this for you.
Okay, now what's the price on that bad boy though?
$469.
How much?
$469.
You know that ain't happening with me.
Brother, I'm sitting in that chair right now.
You love it, huh?
And it's worth every penny.
Wow.
I sit on a computer for a living. So I spent 8 hours plus in this chair.
Really? You have that chair, huh? We'll stand up. Let me see it.
Well, you can't see it because I got a freaking cover on it.
I can tell if it's the same shit. Oh, I see. You got a chair. I see what you did.
I got a cover on it.
Okay, I see it. Okay. No, it's the same profile. Damn, if you don't have that chair. Okay, why is it because of Shaquille, there you go. I understand now, but so what do you like about it?
It has the adequate lumbar support. It has a height adjustable headrest. That thing up here in the middle actually slides up and down as you want.
Does it keep you in good posture? This thing sucks. I literally am sitting back all the time. It does not put me in a positive posture whatsoever. It is the crappiest chair ever.
No, this thing, I mean, it's a little bigger than your average bear.
Yeah. No, it looks comfortable for sure.
Supports
doesn't have vibrating
sounds.
It is made to last.
Yeah.
Yeah, having Shaquille there standing next to it, I kind of understand. He's probably got
that
same.
It's the Shaquille O'Neal office furniture line.
That makes a lot of sense. But man,
you can get a better price than that with them. I mean, you really have to watch sales with these guys.
Yeah.
But I think I paid like $370 for it when I bought mine.
Yeah. So if you're gonna buy a chair like you're saying, God, my work chair at school isn't even that good. They stopped financing the replacements of chairs. You have to literally buy your own now.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm gonna wear out the one that I'm in, but you're saying that chair is going to change my life. They're $399. There's a version.
Well, there are some other ones they have.
I'm kind of a fan. I'm actually a fan of the ones that have open backs. The ones with the mesh. I had one of those for a while, and my son took it back with him to Phoenix when he moved. I sat in it for a while, and I had to give it back to him. I really like that chair. But now I'm with, I mean, I've got my other sons who bought a new chair when he left, and he gave me his old chair, and now I'm cursed with it. And
There is one that, oh yeah, this is the one.
$599.
Yeah. But this thing is freaking huge.
Oh my Lord, it is big. The XXL. That's the
Yeah.
throne.
This thing is freaking gigantic.
The throne.
It's 3-foot backrest. You can't even get this thing through a normal door. Trust me, I was tempted. But yeah. So there's, I mean, you brought up the chair thing, so
You now I've got the Black Friday probably deal that if anybody is going to go to, I'm going to show you an impractical thing first. Okay. Actually, it's probably practical, but, oh, what happened to it? Come on, man. Oh, there it is. All right. I would buy this because of the cool factor. Okay. And it inspires me. Okay. Now, this is a useful thing, something that you would use for practical purposes, but I would buy it just because of the form factor and what we do for live streaming. So check this out. You'll like this. Now, this is not the only version of it, but let me see. Let me just hold on before I show it here. I just want to see the other version. All right, yeah. Let me show you the budget. Let's put the budget version on first. Okay, this one is probably it's yeah. Okay, let's show you this here. But this is a functional tool. Okay, right there. This is a Wi-Fi extender or router. Okay. And it is the coolest damn thing I've ever seen. Look at that thing.
so is this
That
a
is the
Wi-Fi 6 router?
Yeah,
Of course, you have
Nighthawk.
the refurb.
Yeah. $99. And I hate the antennas. This solves the whole, floppy antenna problem.
Yeah.
And it looks freaking cool. And it's Wi-Fi 6. Now this thing, there's another version that's more high power that's almost $400. So this does come in level, you've seen. But this one for like if you just want to extend your Wi-Fi around your house, that is cool. The Nighthawk. It even looks like a freaking Nighthawk.
Well, I recently changed to Google Fiber, and they
Uh-huh.
blessed me with one of their next
You got
box,
a mesh system?
the next mesh thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's only one router that I have.
Well, you don't need any more than one for sure.
Well, no, I don't need, but this damn router don't have but one in and one cable out. Okay.
Right. And this one will have more for sure.
I need something that has more than one cable out.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's more like it. 4 of them.
$99.
Yeah. No, that's
Here, we're gonna share these links, man.
yeah. You make sure you put the link in the chat.
Okay. And that one is the Nighthawk. Nighthawk refurb. But it's it's Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi 6. It's tri-band.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just ran into that, and I'm like, that is so freaking. I thought it was actually a flying thing when I first got it. I'm like, whoa! And then I was noticing that it was a.
Yeah, you were looking. Is it ELRS?
Look at that. That is so cool. That is a freaking. I mean, if you were into to form and function, that is by far, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So, and it looks like you've got four gigaport outs at LAN ports. You got a USB 3.0. And what else do you need in life?
Well, you got your in, you got 4 outs, you have
Right.
USB probably for updates.
For updates, yeah.
Or does this support a hard drive for cloud?
It could. That's another reason why that's there. It just makes for a nice quick cloud connection. But if you're, yeah, sometimes you just look at something, you're like, that's cool. I've got these white boxes. I've got a mesh thing around my house, and I don't like that they're white. I'd rather have them all black, so they don't stick out. But I mean, they work. I mean, that's Wi-Fi 6 mesh. I've got 3 of them, but I'd rather own my own gear because for the price of a lot of these internet systems they're about $200 or a little bit less, and you can get a whole mesh system and then you own it. So, and that's
well, the way my place is set up, in the closet there is a cabinet where the AT&T fiber comes up in that way. But when Google retrofit these apartments, they try to go up that same chase, and they have too many problems. So they abandoned that idea, and they came up on the balconies instead. So now my income is over here right behind the TV, and now I got to take that one port that's available on the next and hook it to feet back toward the closet where there is the distribution to all my network outlets throughout the apartment. So then I have a switch in that cabinet, and I have another switch here at the desk because I got multiple computers that are running off it.
This is the more expensive version.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it's, apartments, you got to keep up with Joneses all the time. And, it's so easy for them to, I mean, they're still putting
I need to have my computers hardwired because.
Right. This one's hardwired. It's hardwired to the mesh though, which makes no sense, but.
I got my desktop is hardwired, my docking station is hardwired, my laptop can, do wireless. Yeah. Or when it plugged into the docking station, then, it gets the wire. But I work on my computers, and I need to have the speed. I need to have every last bit of speed I can get out of these systems. Especially since I work remote.
Yeah, tri-band. But there's this is the next step up. There's one more step from here. But the Nighthawk. And there's the TP, let's see, the TP Link has got one, but I don't think it's as cool. If you like form and function, there's TP Link's version. That's a tri-band too, but it's it's a little bit bigger. This is a $400 monstrosity. But this one's got a cooling fan and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, well,
yeah. I mean, this is overkill from hell. But I'm just saying that if I just look at the form, it's not as cool as the other one. The other one's simpler. This is like, this one's like the fighter aircraft, and this would be like what Darth Vader would fly in. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool in my first little find. All right. I thought that was pretty neat.
So back to my turn.
Yep.
The good old Keurig. I just found this deal today, $50, so it's half price of this thing. Normally $100, which is a pretty decent deal.
Yeah, I think for doorbusters, that one is a pretty good one, a king. The king of.
Yeah, and I actually bought that from my girlfriend's house because she has one, but I got to fill each cup in individually, and it gets tiresome. And we got to have an extra jug of water sitting on the counter. That should declutter the countertop a little bit.
Clutter reducer, makes coffee
Eat more possum. Howdy, feller.
Makes coffee. What's up, Brent? We'll have to, everybody that pops in, we'll have to explain the process that we're going through. I'll have one in just a second.
So 8 more possum. We're doing like a Black Friday suggestion kind of thing. Products that we know going to make your life easier. Not necessarily drone related, but some of it actually is. Just some deals we found around, and
Yeah, so
Dad was complaining about his chair, so I started out was a great big chair for him.
So we're thinking, things that good price, and then of course will improve whatever you need to do. Make your thing, and the big thing is that it's lower cost now than it normally is. That's the helpful thing. I already showed a refurbished product, but it still is pretty inexpensive and from its normal stand. We just looked at a chair and I found a Wi-Fi extender router, basically. Yeah. Wireless router. It was,
I got a special treat just for.
We'll put the link up too, so you can look at it. So if you're interested in looking at it.
So I'm going to show possum. I had to think of you this weekend. We were out in the countryside, kind of a trip out to Lukenbach and Fredericksburg, and I found this little gem.
Ooh.
Canned porcupine, canned hedgehog, and canned pig. I mean, that's redneck gourmet right there.
Canned hedgehog.
They had no canned possum. I did look. If they did have it, I would have freaking bought it too.
Was that even legal? Can you can possum?
These cans were actually empty.
Okay, gimmicks.
Yeah, total gimmick, but yeah, this one, the hedgehog says utmost caution might poke you. The porcupine, utmost caution might quill you. And the other one is utmost caution, pig rolling in the mud. So.
All right. Is that your turn, or you get to
No, that was just a little extra for our friend Brent.
I found a couple of them.
Definitely your turn. You're it. Tack, you're it.
I'm it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Which one should I do first? I found two of them. Okay, this one's going to be practical. Okay, so this is something that it's just nice to have a bunch of them around. Um, I've got a version of it, but in mine's ancient, and I would love to have this one, nicer form factor.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's nice to have them just scattered around the house. They can function together. This one is super cheap right now.
Joe just joined us too.
Super cheap. Here we go. So this one is go here. So this one, yeah. So this is the um your basic little Alexa speaker. And don't say that word because mine is going off right now. Okay. But they're very cheap. This one's $22. Okay. For $22, you can have your house spied on, right? If your people are afraid of them. But for $22, these are dirt cheap during Black Friday week. White and black. I would. My wife has got one in the bathroom. She's got one in a bedroom next to the bed. She's got one in the workout room, so she can listen to music and hey Alexa, turn the music on, the kind of thing. So you don't have to wear headphones. So for $20, you can't beat those. I mean, and they're simple. You can get white or black, but nice little speakers, and the speakers aren't bad.
Yeah.
So, simple, cheap, $22. Gift for kids, So anyway, the Echo Dot, that is the Amazon Echo Dot. $22, 50% off at this time. So,
yep, that'll work.
Yep. So there you go. That was my so I'm gonna put that on here. We're posting them. Echo Dot. You can't beat $22. You can't beat it.
All right. My turn.
My novelty one is next. So oh yes.
The almighty USB-C wall charger.
With a coupon.
I have 10% coupon on it, so that makes it what, about $20 for that thing now.
It takes the tax off of it.
Or 10% coupon. But anyway, so
yeah, those are nice.
I know this thing says 128 watt. It ain't 128 watt. Okay. This is
so what is it per port?
Is marketing talk again.
Yeah.
So it's actually, if you just use one, you get 65 on the first one. You get like 45 if you use both of them. And then this one has like 18.
18. Oh. That's not bad. $20.
But I mean, if you're traveling, you have multiple devices that you want to charge overnight, that is it right there. Because you can just plug that in. You have multiple ports to plug your stuff into. Now, for me, I've got smartwatch and the USB-A and my phone and the USB-C, and I'm good. This does put out enough power to charge a laptop too.
Yeah, that's the other one that's nice. You get the right cable and you can.
And, this puts out enough power to, charge the DJI Mini on all 3 ports too. So.
Yeah, and that's another thing is you can charge batteries or you can have one in the drone or one and two in the can and the case. Yeah. Yeah, there's not I am always looking for one. I'm always looking for a good one. Not, I got a ton of the cheap ones sitting around. I'd like to just can all those and get a bunch of good ones. I've got the Ruco one that I carry around in my DJI case, but I'd like to have one in every case. I'd like to have one in my, FPV case, one in every one.
I have 3 of those things now, and Now I got one plugged in here on my desk, one plugged in next to my bed, and then one that I carry around with me. Or no, plug in over here on the workbench. So it works. It works well, and keeps your shits charged. Now, when you buy these, make sure that you have a USB-C cable that can carry the current,
Right.
because some cable cannot deal with the higher power.
What does the USB-C cable say? I have a lot of crappy ones around that I have that problem with.
Yeah. Take
Why
him
don't you
and
look
show
at,
him.
maybe you should show us a cable sometime with that. Why don't you find a cable really quick?
I'll find the cable. Hold on.
Because I'll
How
probably
about you share your next one?
Yeah,
And
all right, I will.
will.
All right. Okay. So mine's this next one is a gimmicky one. But it'd be nice to have. I can think of a bunch of different scenarios where this would be super nice for me. Since I'm deficient in my ability to understand foreign languages, this is something that will aid in that process. Okay, so you go ahead and share that. Language translation earbuds. Now, these actually, I've tried these out before. You put them on, and if somebody's speaking another language, you set it for the language that you're receiving it in, and you can understand what they're saying. And I think what's 144 languages, and they do work with an app on your phone. So, but language translation headphones. 70 accents too, so it understands the accent. So if you're in a Danish German, or you're in a southern versus northern, so it's supposed to understand that. Do you believe this stuff? Do you think
I haven't seen what machine translation can do. It's gonna be good enough to get you by, but it's not gonna be enable you to get an in-depth conversation going with anyone.
it'd be interesting to see that when two people are talking quickly or fast, if it would be able to
No
steer,
way, no how.
steer you in the right direction.
You might get, might understand, when somebody gives you directions, or make it possible for you to order food somewhere, but I think that's about the extent of it.
John saying, do they use those in the United Nations? I think they do use a version of this. Yeah.
No, they do not.
Oh, they don't? Okay. They, I guess they couldn't broadcast anything. It'd have to be wired directly. Otherwise, people would be trying to,
United Nations, they got a gallery up top where all the translators are sitting.
they have real people. Yeah. That
Yeah.
would make sense. I actually have,
And you have no idea how difficult it is to translate on the fly.
so I just thought it was a gimmick, but we have those these at work, and I can give you a couple of examples where that would be nice. Especially for easy to translate languages like Spanish. But yeah, like anything, there are limitations for sure. But I thought that'd be kind of interesting. I wished I would have had something like that on my trip.
Oh, you want to know what people were saying when you were around?
I
can tell you that right now.
look at this guy.
Look at these American idiots. Eh?
Hey, Jim, how you doing? We are trading off, Jim. We are trading off useful gadgets and or gimmicks for fun, things that you may need to have or something that would be interesting to have. What's Possum sharing right there?
Things you never thought you need.
What's Possum sharing there? Let me check this
Yeah,
out here. Yeah, well, if it's a good gadget, if it's a good gadget, we'll
you got a smart home starter kit with leak detection. So here we go.
oh,
So if you
cool.
spring a leak overnight, it'll give you a wake up call.
Yo Link. Your water is it's leaking. Your heat is on.
He says got a quarter-mile range. He
Your
should
wife is
know because he's
pissed.
probably using that.
Your wife is mad. It listens. It can hear the mood in the house. That would be interesting, huh? A mood detector. So before you get home, it sends you a link to know if your wife is angry or if somebody is sad. So you can automatically bring flowers.
As long as you've been married, you should know by picking up and calling your wife within 2 seconds. You should know what the mood is like at home.
Just call. It's a free one. I would say for basements, leak detector. I think they hook up near your water system. I don't know.
Well,
Door ajar.
you set that on the floor under your water heater, so when the water heater springs a leak, at least you know why your basement is flooding.
Oh, funny.
Actually, my parents have a device like that in their basement.
No, I know that I think there's things like gas detectors, all of those it'd be nice if they were connected to a central app. Especially CO2 is a big one. You never you that's something you only get to learn once that you have a CO2 issue or a carbon monoxide detector leak.
So y'all want some cables. Here's a 3-pack, 100-watt USB-C cable, 6.5 foot long for
Yeah, they're not
12
the
bucks.
cheap ones. Yeah, they're not cheap.
3 cables, 3 6-foot cables for 12 bucks. That's a pretty good deal.
Is that's just charging, not data?
They're both.
Oh, both.
But it
So
charges up to
that's the
100
real
watt.
deal. So that would work with the fast USB-C.
Yeah, it says it even works for MacBook Pro 16. You ought to be all over that. That's your world.
So it works with Lightning and yeah.
No, doesn't work with Lightning. The Lightning connector is a thing of the past.
Not Lightning. What am I thinking of?
USB-C.
USB-C. What's the other version called? It's called
The PD
Thunderbolt.
or
Thunderbolt port. I keep thinking of Lightning, but it's Thunderbolt.
Well, this thing, these cables actually work pretty good because I do have these.
Yeah, those you need to have. It's almost like everybody. When I get my next phone, I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm still got a bunch of handy payments to make yet, but I'm gonna start purging cables. I'm gonna get rid of crap. I'm gonna throw stuff away, get rid of things. So I have good USB-C cables around that I know are going to charge and are going to move data. But those, I have a bunch of things on my list that are nice to have for sure.
And prop stuff just stumbled in. Howdy, fella. We're doing something a little different tonight. We've we decided to share some gadgets and gimmicks that, we're in that time of the year where stocking stuffers are being looked for and looked at. And hey, how about that? Johnny is here. Watch
Yeah.
out. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Yeah, I'm looking for deals with coupons and or that say Black Friday, but they're actual Black Friday, not some bunch of crap. This is a good one here for sure.
Oh, I needed a.
I've got one ready to go if you're not.
That charger too. Hold on.
You want me to put one up?
I've got. Yep.
Do you want me to share real quick?
Yep. Go.
All right. This is not
you have to share it and share the screen.
Yeah, this is one that's not it's not a no-brainer. It's one that some people just kind of take for granted that when they need it, it's never around. And this one I've actually used right here.
The old jump starter pack.
Jump starter. Just have it sitting in your car. These things will be ready to go. It's already been 3 times in the last probably 2 years that somebody has used one of my jump starters. And this one is $80 with a coupon. So with a $15 coupon, they're about $60. And this one will start, it says it'll start a 10-liter diesel. Okay. But you only need it once. You don't need it for, you only need it. And then, it's just sitting there, mostly inert. I have one in my truck all the time. I'm at that point where I've got about 5 years on my battery, and I have a lot of electronics in my truck, and this thing is always in there. This is one version. This is the one I think I gave my daughter. I had done a little review on it, but the same size. But this one's got I'd say $60 is fair for something like that. But no brainer, connect it up, and it tells you, and it says, good, you're good to go. Try to start. Yep. And the other thing is that guy that you're in the freaking parking lot, and there's that freaking dude that's going to say, hey, I got jumper cables. You want to, will you give my car a jump? I'll tell you right now, I'll always tell those guys no. Okay. But with this, I'm not an a-hole. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm going to tell him no is I'm not wrecking my freaking car because his car is a piece of crap. Okay. But I'm not an a-hole. I'm doing that because I don't want to, I don't know what his problem is.
I don't need his car to short my car out.
And so you don't know that, but with this, you give it, you get a fighting chance and you're nice. Okay. And that's the other reason why it's nice, not just for me, but for somebody else that's in need. And it's nice. I just love that if I could help them.
Props off. Feel free to share anything you want there.
But you understand. I mean, believe me, I've been helped by people, and that's why it's nice to have the ability to help back. But jump starter. It doesn't have to be this one. It can be anyone. This one is 400 amps. There's a 200 amp one, and then there's a 10,000 amp. So, and also there's usually a utility light, and then the one I have in my truck also will inflate tires. So the one I got will do more than one thing, which I think is kind of a little bit better. So anyway, this comes up like I said, it's nice to have. Nice to have.
Okay, then I've got one more charging thing here. This is this universal.
Oh yeah.
And this thing is a bomb. I mean, I actually have that. at night, you know, you hang your smartwatch on there, you put your earbuds down here and put your phone on there, and in the morning, everything is charged.
Yeah, I have one that's collapsible, but I don't.
This one is too.
Is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's probably nicer. The problem with the one I have is the one when you put your watch down, you have to kind of angle it. This one you can just set on there, and that would be much nicer. Great travel. I bring mine with that when I travel all the time. Instead of
Yeah.
bringing a bunch of stuff, you got one charger, throw everything on there at night. Perfect for travel. What's that one running?
There's a $31 was a $4 coupon, so it gets down to about 27.
Yeah, that's pretty par for the course.
So it's man, this is a nice gadget.
Hey, PropSoft wants to share something. Yeah, throw a link if you have a link. Yeah, share it. Absolutely. We're looking at other links too. So if you've got one, we shared one of Brent's. Yeah, if you guys, it says he can share a link to the most valuable tool I have for RC repairs.
Yeah.
So we'll see that.
Feel free to chart and to share.
Yeah, drop it
Chris
on.
Hope. Howdy, fella.
And like I said,
happy Thanksgiving.
Hello, Chris. We're not looking for any specific genre. We're just looking at things that are kind of nice to have around. I mean, that can go a really long ways, but lots of like charging, replacing like all your old cables, like all those micro USB cables. Just if I have anything that still uses one of those, occasionally I do. It's usually flight controllers.
Yep.
So, whoa, I'm afraid to click on that link. He's a Chinese spy. Click on this link. All right, I know they get big. So,
oh yeah, you need this.
Go show it to me. Here we go.
You need that.
Oh wow, yeah, that's great. I've never seen that one before. That's that would look way more cool in my freaking in my studio too. So it's a digital microscope. And I'm sure it's multiple, it has multiple like levels of magnification. 12 megapixels, 10, and it's got its own built-in LEDs. Yeah, you take for granted that you can see anything. Now, what's on the plate? That would be interesting if it had some kind of soft material or what holds you
don't have anything holding it. It's just laying there.
I guess you could modify it and put something like a sticky, that blue sticky stuff that people use so you can, that would be
or those little magnet arm magnified. Yeah. I don't know what that material that bed is made out of. Probably made of aluminum, and that magnet won't do you no good.
That's a really good one. That's a good one. That's a really nice suggestion. If anybody knows of any good computer deals, that's another one. Obviously, we all have our computer, likes and dislikes. But if anybody knows of any like really good, like, laptop deals are always nice.
The bed is steel, so you can solder on it. So
IPS screen and LCD. So that's the wow, yeah, it's a lot more. More just the sharpness. It helps if you just turn the sharpness, and you can read the words on electronic components, especially working with really small pads. Yeah, when I bought mine, I obviously didn't spend a lot of money because I'm super cheap, but that thing, that's worth its weight in gold. I've got the big magnifier, which works great, but holy crap, Okay, the nice thing about the magnifier, we're gonna compare the magnifier. I can move it around to a pretty big area. There's a little more flexibility. This one is more centered. I don't know what would be better. Because
It
sometimes
depends on what you're working on. If you on a flight controller or try to, on a
right.
VTX, try to, replace a component, this would be definitely it.
Especially when you're connecting up your VTX cables. Yeah, the little tiny
But
ones.
if I'm working in a plane or something, I'd have to use magnifying glass anyway.
Well, the I guess the other thing I could think of is by just identifying, like when I was looking at that one flight controller and I thought that I saw it had a problem. I
Yeah,
resoldered a component. Next thing you know, it explodes on me.
yeah,
I burn it out. Maybe I missed something, and that I definitely would have missed it. So
yeah.
that is steel
Nice,
grade
nice,
design.
nice gadget.
Yeah,
Good
very
job,
good.
props Al.
Very, very good. Very useful. Without a doubt, that is on a list of really, really good things that would be nice to have around.
All right, your turn.
Um, I am thinking about going this direction. This is not something that we haven't seen before, but you have a lot of knowledge of. So let's look at this one. This is one that the deal is getting so sweet. You got to be thinking about it. Right there, the old Sony
Yep.
ZV-1F, just a
Well,
little.
that's what I'm using right here.
So it's the price right now is under $400. It is what is it, 1-inch sensor?
Yep.
Yeah, look at the image is clear as a bell. Great image quality. It's very useful. It has built-in 2.0, 7.2 to 7. It's like depth. Anything that you can say about it that it's got the little wind, you can vlog with it. It's got the little flippy screen. So just a nice, useful camera, just anything you don't like about it that you would say, nah.
The only thing that I wish for at times is a bit more zoom on it. But
Yeah, the
this
lens.
camera is not made for zoom.
Yeah.
It's a vlogging camera. It's, up close, hold on a little handle in front of your face. That's what this camera is for. I
It
use
comes,
it for my studio cam now, and it's been absolutely fabulous with that.
yeah, you can keep it powered on, right? You've got a
Yeah,
USB-C power cable. Yep.
you plug it in USB-C, and it plugs in, and the computer recognizes it as a webcam. Now, if you want to go, streaming 4K, you could do that with this thing too. You just have to get an HDMI adapter.
Right. Yeah, you have to have the cam link for it, the HDMI cam link.
Yeah,
Or
you
can it do it without
have
a
to
cam
get a
link?
capture card.
Capture card. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
it's
actually I do have, and I do have the cable. I don't bother plugging it in because we're streaming 1080 anyhow. And actually, a camera on webcam mode only puts out 720.
yeah, and it's got a Zeiss lens. So now the other one is also the one that that I know you really like is also I don't
Yeah,
yeah, it's
the
a
EV,
bestseller. The ZV-10, is that what it is?
the ZEV10 Mark II.
Um I looked at that, but I thought right here, this is not the Mark II. This is the old one.
Yeah.
$698 for the older version. The
No,
Mark
it
II.
has to be the newer version. I'll tell you why. The newer version has the USB-C plug in it.
Uh,
And there's just a number of improvements that I wouldn't even consider the old one.
this is the ZV-1 Mark II. No, that's a different one. It's the ZV-10 Mark II. There's the E10 right here, but and of course it's got you have to buy the lenses for it. So let me just
well, you can buy it. You can buy the Mark II Wuzzle lens, 16 to 70 mil lens for right at $1,000.
Yeah, I'm looking. I just clicked on it to see if the Mark II shows up, because they come in kits with lenses many of the times. DV10. Yeah, this does not allow me this. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go and search for the 2, but we went down the camera. Let's see. Let's put 2. Let's see what the search will worry here. There we go. So that's the Mark II. And like I said, you can usually get it on sale. This is not cheap right now. It's $1,000.
That's not ZV. You're on the wrong one.
ZV-10 Mark II.
It's EV-10.
Oh,
ZV-E10 Mark II.
God, that's
Yeah,
hard.
they complicate the shit out of
ZVE10
M2.
That's case, but let's find the 2. APS. There's the ZV-10.
No, it's
Okay. That's not the same one.
that's the Mark I. Scroll back up. Scroll back up.
See, these are E10 Mark IIs, but they're.
Yeah.
Is that the right camera?
16 to
50 millimeter
mil lens.
Yeah, this is not the best price. I've seen these.
Yeah, well, that's the one was a deluxe bundle. So
Yeah.
go scroll down. Maybe there's a non-deluxe bundle.
Yeah, these are not. They're not giving us anything other. There's the EV10 right there with nothing. Right here is the. But it's just a popular camera is the problem. It's new and it's popular, and the price is going to be.
Yeah, that's what's the 16 to 50 mil lens.
16 to 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes with a kit lens, and yeah. And it's got the AI built, or it's got the the big selling feature of the Sony's is the autofocus on that.
Yeah, well,
And
it's
then
it's got USB-C in
right there
on the side there,
and it also has the big jack. So, and the big card.
plug in power, and then there should be a microphone jack. There's somewhere too.
Plug-in power. There's the red jack right there, and then the headphones.
No, that's microphone. The big jack. Go back to the side view.
That's microphone, yeah, and
That's microphone, and it charges over USB-C.
Yeah.
Headphone and microphone.
But yeah, it's a APS-C, so it uses this as a smaller sensor, but
it has the same sensor as the F30 camera.
The FX30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the next one I was gonna look at price wise. Sony FX. That's it's the poor man's FX3. The 30, it's a video camera. So right here, this camera right here is what probably one of the most popular studio cameras for people. It's got the APS-C lens, and it looks like the FX3, which is full frame. That's the difference of the two. But it has the E-mount and all that. So, but this thing is made. It's got a fan built into it. It doesn't overheat.
Yeah.
it's made to be set up in a studio for like, studio shots. If I were to get to be real freaking handy, I might, set up a table and put up a studio camera. That would be probably what I would get. For the price, it's hard to beat. Then you still got to throw a lens with it. So usually you get usually you get like a 15 to 20 millimeter lens for that for a studio, something that range. But like this one right here, this one comes with a 35 millimeter, which, you're 15 millimeter, sorry. So that gives you your close up studio vlogging.
Well,
anyway, enough
the
of that.
DV1F is a good way to start with
Yeah.
the Sonys.
So
I like the hell out of the Sony. The picture quality is just. I know you like the Logitechs. There's a Logitech picture in comparison. So I'm on the Sony, and then the down look here.
Go full screen with that. Go full screen. Kick me out and go full screen. It's like everybody. There you go. Yeah, you can see how that autofocused, how it pulsed and now it's focused in. So that's
where the Logitech is getting grainy and
that's the advantage. You can do really good studio shot. Look at Kai's face. It's so clear. It even has a little bit of bokeh in the background there. You can get a little bit of the depth.
Yeah.
You see, you get a little bit of the blurry background. Does a good job with that. That's a great little starter.
So
yeah, great camera. Like the price.
I bought that thing when it first came out, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's one hell of a way to tie up $400 for a webcam, but
yeah, that's the problem though. You got to pay for good. Good isn't free, and though you get the 1-inch image is always going to be better. It's especially when most rooms that we do our live streams in are dimly lit. And if you don't have perfect lights, this Brio sucks if it's not lit well. Kai's got way less lighting going on to get the shot he's getting.
I got one ring light, and I've got a little indirect lighting because there's an LED light. No, like I've got back here under the shelf. I got one laying on top of the shelf and behind here.
I got a 480 volt direct line to a nuclear power plant to keep mine going. It's the difference, but you get what you pay for when it comes to that. There's no question about it. You got a couple more things.
Actually, I would think it would do really well too if I were to go out and do a review out in the field somewhere. Set it on a tripod. It doesn't have the mobility like your Pocket 3 or your action cameras do.
Yeah, the Pocket 3s.
It's not meant to have that. That's not the camera for that.
Yeah, the Pocket 3 is freaking amazing. Okay, here we go. Last ones, because we know that we're gonna get kicked out here for tacos. Okay, I am putting up. And you might have one. I'm gonna put up a TV. I'm gonna try to find what I consider to be the screaming deal of the century for a TV. The hard thing is you're going to find cheap TVs, but the problem is, is it going to be, you want it to be close to at least 4K would be nice. And you'd like it to be in the better classes of TVs. But when you look for budget ones, they're not going to be good class. Okay. So You see if you can. Usually, Kai can usually find the best TV. He usually can find, and I believe one thing is the Amazon Fire TVs are the best. At least that's what I'm learning. He steered me towards one. The remote of those things are amazing, and my other TVs suck ass.
Every manufacturer has their own smart TV OS. You know, Samsung has the Tyson, Vizio has some else. The one that works easiest for me is the Fire TV because Fire Stick, Fire TV, they all have the same interface.
Yeah.
And that's what works for me. And actually, what you need to do your homework. You know which streaming services you use. Not everybody's OS supports every streaming service out there. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
You can get it on this one, but you can't get it on the other. And it's just Google TV was a thing at one point, but I don't know what happened to them. I think they kind of went away again. I've
got my deal of the day pick right now. This one, I actually just bought this. Okay.
Put it up.
All right, here we go. Okay, so this is my TV. You're welcome to you're welcome to beat it up, but the price is so good. Okay.
All right. Let's see.
This thing is $189. It is Fire.
24 inch?
It is 50 inches.
50 inches.
Yeah. So
when you wrap the tape measure around 3 times?
We'll see when it gets here. But for
right,
TV that'll never turn on hardly at all.
Put it on the screen.
Okay, so here it is right here. I put the link on this one. So here is the make and model and all this. But this is an Insignia. Okay.
Yep.
And it is it's a 4K.
Yep.
Not bad. It's an F30, which is lower level. Okay. It's got, I don't know.
Don't be knocking on the F30s.
Okay. I'm just saying, but it looks great. I mean, it should be an amazing TV. I mean, 4K,
I have the very same TV as a 55 inch hanging right there in my living room.
There you go.
Okay.
This is such a screaming deal.
And I have the 43 inch version of that in my bedroom.
There you go. It is now been glorified. Okay, now the new trend in TVs is everybody wants to put frame. They want the thin frame TVs. That's the real expensive TVs now. I mean, if you're smart and you have your own engineering mind, I could build a frame for this TV. I don't need to go and buy a frame kit. I've got a whole garage full of 150-year-old barnwood. I could make a hell of a frame TV out of this thing. But 50 inches, I think that's what I'm going to do with the no-fly zone outside next summer, is I'm going to get rid of the ugly thing I got set up, and I'm going to build a frame for that for outside. There it is. That's the 55, right?
That's a 55.
Looks pretty bright. That's the one thing I can notice right now. It looks very bright. It doesn't have that dull, cheap TV, what usually happens when you buy the cheap ones. But $189, under $200, 50 inches. Guys, 10 years ago, that'd be a $5,000 TV. Maybe not 10, maybe 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah. The 43 inch version I have in my bedroom, and the 55 is my TV in the living room. I have the F30 on both of them, and it has served me well. It has no Fire TV built into it.
Yeah, I like the Fire.
Now, this is what the remote looks like.
Yep. The Fire remotes are nice. They're no-brainers. They're great. They're easy to set up too. That's the other thing, is you can it'll set up I've got an old power strip, like a really old one, and it found it. And when I click on that remote on that old power, not the sound bar, I mean, okay, the sound bar, and it found the old TV and the old sound bar, and that was just a stick. I just bought a aftermarket stick for that one. So
Well, this one, it does support the ARC, so the audio return channel out of your HDMI one, because
Oh,
that's how mine is hooked up. I've got a sound bar hanging below it because the sound on the TV itself kind of sucks. Okay.
yeah, that's usually the case.
I bought a cheap Vizio sound bar that's hanging under there, and it's plugged into the HDMI one port. There was the auto return channel.
Uh,
Works. 50-inch plasma. I'm sure the power company loves you, Jim. The plasmas are power hogs. You turn your microphone off.
I got my phone call.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's that if you can jump on that, you need a TV. The 55 is 209.
Yeah.
The 58 is 249, and the 65 is 319. That is such a great deal. $300, 65 inches. Literally, I mean, that's a giant screen in almost any house. So,
I got one more thing to share before we go.
here we go. Before we
And
leave.
that's actually drone related.
Ah, yes, the old Ruco.
The whole Ruka remote ID module. You know, everybody that has drones going to need at least one of these darn things. 5% off coupon on that. So that's what, $27 or something like
27
that.
bucks. That's a
Not even, whatever.
recommend.
Yeah, that's an easy stocking stuffer for anyone that has a drone. Yeah, powered, has its own battery, just a couple steps to, and if you need a closer look at it, go on Dat's channel, and
yeah,
Random Tech has a review on it.
I have I am going to be putting up a review in the next couple of days of the F11 Pro 2. There's a bunch of reviews already out on it. But if you're interested in getting a Ruco, whatever, I think that is a 3-axis drone. Yeah. But I'm going to do a real test. So we won't mess around with it. I was told to send it, so I'm going to send it. And we will find out if it's.
And Mikey's here. But Dad done got his call. It's time. It's taco time.
We're out of here. We are now in taco mode. So we have to taco about leaving today.
Yeah.
And entering the weekend zone. So, but Ben hasn't showed up yet, so we have to wait till Ben shows up, and then we can get off quick.
Yeah. I don't know that Ben's gonna make it today.
No, I don't think so.
And I'm not gonna get any more heat with your better half over keeping you late.
No, we'll get all right. But anyway, that was kind of fun. That was kind of interesting. I like that. That little that was kind of an interesting way of kind of looking at things. Putting your mind to something. Hey, why would this be useful? Why would you really need to? Because there's a lot of things that I would just go, oh man, I don't need another one of those. Kind of like TVs.
Kind of like microphones.
Well, the big thing about buying the only place I have TVs that need a home are I've got 2 bedrooms that used to have kids in them that don't have kids now, and they're empty. And when my wife has friends come into town, sometimes people will have you don't need it to be plugged in anything, usually just on your Wi-Fi. And then when they have their phone, they can just, shoot their YouTube or whatever they use for their own device onto it.
Yeah.
So kind of like a hotel, but for crap for under $200, you could have a 50-inch. Anyway, which is plenty. All right.
I'm surprised you didn't just walk into Best Buy and get them there.
I probably should have. I ordered it though. It shows how lazy I am lately. Hey, I went to freaking Costco yesterday. It was horrible. I couldn't find anything I needed. And everybody was there was a lot of people that were up in age. And they just kind of wander around at their own speed. And there's mixed with people that are shopping last minute not last minute, for everything they need. They have just carts just packed with stuff. I even saw somebody pushing grandma on a flatbed. He had one of those flatbed trailer things, the orange carts, and grandma was sitting on there.
How much did you pay for yours now?
Do what?
How much did your TV cost?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me you found it cheaper.
It's $189.99 at Best Buy.
Yeah, $189. That's what yeah. You said it's what now?
$189.99.
Yeah, same price. You know what? It might come from. I know it's the Insignia store, but
well, Insignia is Best Buy's.
Oh yeah, well, duh. That said, yeah, you could pick it up. I did. It did say that. I forget. You're right. That's the Best Buy. Yeah, I think you made me buy I think the other one we have is an Insignia down in our bedroom. The one that you were talking me into when I was at Best Buy. But so 24 inchers you can buy for $50. And they're all 1080p. That's me if you're going to buy a small one, maximum 1080p. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. 1080p is perfect for a small TV. 42-inch, I'd rather be in the 4K. But for $120, I game on a 1080p TV just to show you where I'm at. All right, I'm out of here.
All right, we'll see y'all later. We'll see you next week. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. And y'all be careful out there. If you're traveling, be careful. And we'll wish you all the best for the holidays. Any more words of wisdom from you?
Nope. Thanks. All right. Have a good one yourself.
Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next Tuesday.